everyone, today I'll be doing this brand new documentary just dropped on Netflix. It's called Garbo, Where Did You Go? And this documentary, it is on this famous Swedish American actor. Her name is Greta Garbo, and she was really big deal around like 1930 to 1950. Around that time, she was very famous actress, and this documentary dig deeper into how did she came to Hollywood when she was only 20 years old or so from Sweden, and how did she became so famous here, and her like early life, how did she get established in Hollywood. This documentary try to bring that side about her, and as this documentary goes on, we learn about she lived a very isolated life in Hollywood. She was kind of like this try to keep everything a private type actress. So that is why when I was watching this documentary, I was thinking like, why we are watching this? Obviously she wanted to keep her life private. Like, you're now digging her life and bringing to the audience, although she passed away a long time ago. But watching this documentary was quite fascinating, especially this documentary takes you back in 1920 at that time. So I have not seen any of her movies actually. So I usually am not one of those people who sees like old movies or anything like that. I have not I have not seen many old movies, especially not further than 1960, like, and anything before I have never seen. So I'm not the person to be like give opinion on how old Hollywood movie were. That being said, watching though, her story was still quite fascinating, because end of the day, in that young age she came here and somehow she found fame, and she was very, came from this poor family, and how she made it in Hollywood. So that is very interesting. And when I was watching it, I was thinking, still in Hollywood, when you think about like the popular actor from Sweden, of course you know that Skarsgård family, they're from Sweden, especially Bill Skarsgård. What is his dad name? I forgot. You know who are these Skarsgård? They're from Sweden. That's the only, I guess right now you can say the Hollywood actors are around from Sweden. And although I know many other actors from Sweden, because all these foreign movies that comes on Netflix, and some of these movies are from Sweden, and some of these actors are from there. That's why personally I was really enjoying this documentary. This documentary, the way it was done is very artistic. While this documentary doesn't have a lot of like old footage, like from about this actor, maybe because it's like 1930, you cannot collect all this footage from there. So this documentary is like, there is an actor Naomi Repes, so she tried to play this actress for us in this documentary. So whenever the actor tried to play out role for another actor, I do not like that. You feel weird. You're like why is she playing out her, you know what I mean? So this documentary, because it doesn't have a lot of live footage from 1930 to 1950, like when she was working in Hollywood. So that's why most of time this documentary shows you pictures from that time frame. And watching some of those pictures, I was really impressed, honestly, because I bet this documentary took a lot of effort to make. And this Greta Garbo, she deserved to be heard. Like, her story need to be told here. So, especially for me, I never knew her. So, but although she was in some of the famous movie, was actually in Hollywood. So, if you have seen any of those movies, let me know if you are a fan of Greta Garbo, because I have not seen it. But if you have seen how she was, let me know in the comment for the audience to know. So I thought this documentary is actually very entertaining. It's very, very well done. And the way it is, like the narration they do in this documentary, is very captivating. Like when you listen to her story, you want to know more about her. She was very private person, and she had some once again, I personally don't like hearing people's personal life, because once again, it's supposed to be private. Tell me about their movie and stuff, I will listen. But people's personal life, who they had affair with, who they were in love with, and the guy she was in love with may be gay, I'm not interested on those stories. So this documentary, when it was telling me about how she was rising fame in Hollywood, I really liked. But once again, when this documentary was telling me her personal life, I felt a little bit weird, because I don't want to know. But I think people want to know. So that is why I will say this documentary overall, it is very entertaining. I feel like a lot of people will enjoy this, especially if you like this actress. Uh, but however, this documentary, I did feel weird every time. In this documentary, like they try to show you her older version, like when she was old, like she had this old face in this. Every time this documentary showed me her older face, although I don't know if it's real face or like some actor is got makeup and looked that old. It was weird watching her older face, if I'm being honest here. Other than that, this documentary, it was quite interesting, and like learning more about this actress. Back then she came from Sweden and made a name in Hollywood. It's she's lucky, she's really lucky, especially coming from another country. That is what I was thinking. I was thinking, wow, you are so lucky that, especially in that time frame. Yeah, so overall, I did find this documentary to be quite fascinating. It is very well made, honestly. This documentary is very well made, very captivating. As I said, there is some problem here and there. Overall, it is quite interesting, and that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this documentary? If you enjoyed this review, don't watch other reviews on other documentary. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe until I see you next time. Please take care.